Welcome to Governor's Day. Thanks everybody for coming out. Everybody having a good time at the fair? It just looks terrific out here at the fairgrounds. It's our best year yet. Today I found out, well, last night I found out that we broke a record for the highest amount of revenue in grandstand ticket sales ever in the history of the state. So thank you. Thanks to everybody who's attending the fair. Thanks to all of you here. I'm very pleased to host this bipartisan picnic. It's an opportunity for us all to get to know each other better, have a great time, enjoy the day. I especially want to thank Democrats and Republicans for working together to get so much done on behalf of our state this legislative session. Thank you. Thank you very much. I also want to say that we're working together to fight for prosperity across our state, to make sure we're creating jobs and providing education and health care for our working families, and we're going to continue to work together to get that done. I'm very pleased to introduce to you the team of our constitutional officers who are doing such a terrific job fighting for all of you. And our first speaker today, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse, 85 years young, white, join us.
JB, you need a little sensitivity training. JB, it's an honor for me to be here with you today. And for 21 years, I've had the great pleasure of serving as your Secretary of State, and I want to thank you for the job. As I was coming into the hotel, thank you. As I was coming into the hotel this morning, a reporter asked me, are you going to go all the way, or are you going to step down after a year of service? I said, young lady, I used to jump out of airplanes, did 35 jumps with the 101st Airborne Division. And when you jump out of an airplane, you never jump and stop halfway. It's all the way. So Illinois has come far, thanks to this wonderful team behind me. I've known J.B. Pritzker for about 35 years. Not only will he take on the job, but as you can see, he has taken on the responsibility that goes with it. And so our future is going to be bright because of the leadership behind me. And with that, I just hope that you will stick with the Democratic Party, because we're concerned about improving the quality of life for all of the people of this wonderful state. So thank you very much for your participation. Thank you for giving. Thank you for caring. And thank you for joining with us today. Thank you. We have a gentleman behind me, and I always have to ask him, how's the weather up there? Here's our treasurer, Mike Frerichs.
Mr. Secretary.
You're the man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Thank you all for being out here today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be your state treasurer. Last fall, I got another 4 years of job security. I really believe I have the best, no offense to any of you, I have the best job in state government. I have the best team out there, and I want to tell you some of the work my team has been doing for you for the last 4 years. We came in office, we're in charge of college savings programs, helping people save for a university, for a community college, for a trade school. We took our programs, we cut fees in half of those programs, and we were rewarded by Morningstar with a double rating upgrade to our Bright Start college savings program. So I want to make the pitch out there for everyone with a child, or a grandchild, or a niece or a nephew, and this is almost all of you. Consider starting a college savings account for a young person. We know that a young person who is aware that they have a college savings account is 3 times more likely to go to college. It's about setting high expectations for young people, telling them that someone believes in them, someone knows they're smart, and is willing to invest in them. We know the parents also want good things and a brighter future for their kids with disabilities. We set up a new program called ABLE. It stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience, and it will help families with children with disabilities put money aside and give them a brighter future. If you know anyone who would benefit from that, please go to illinoistreasurer.gov, check that out. We also are setting up a new retirement savings vehicle called Secure Choice. It's going to help about 1.2 million Illinoisans save their own money for their retirement so they can enjoy their golden years. This is part of living the American dream, and we're going to make it easier for people to do that. And I'm going to make one more pitch to you all. We're sitting on nearly $3 billion in unclaimed property, and we'd like to get it back into your pockets. We would like to put that money back into the community, because when it circulates through your town, when you spend it at a local business or a local restaurant, it does a lot more good than it does sitting in a vault. And my team has made it a lot easier for you to claim that money. So last year, we smashed a record. We returned nearly $250 million in money to people in this state. And apparently, some of you have already claimed some. For those of you who haven't, I want to ask, why not? It's your money. I've set a goal with my staff. For the last 4 years, we have broken records in unclaimed property returned. But after smashing it with over $240 million, I'm going to need your help to break it again next year. So I want to thank you all for giving me this opportunity. And I want to thank you for giving opportunities to young people, to people with disabilities, and to people who want to have a retirement with dignity and enjoy their golden years. So thank you all very much. Make sure you go to illinoistreasury.gov, see if we have money that belongs to you, and then spend it on some corn dogs, spend it on some lemon shake-ups, spend it on some rides or whatever you like to do here at the State Fair. The Secretary of State highly recommends a pork chop on a stick. Now, I think I have the best job in state government. I have a financial office, but we have 2 financial offices in the state of Illinois. And it's very important that we pay our bills, we pay them in a timely manner, and that we prioritize people. And that's the role of our state comptroller. Susana Mendoza was also reelected because of the good things she has done in that office. Please join me in welcoming your state comptroller, Susana Mendoza.
Yeah. Thanks. I need a ladder to give the guy a hug. And I do want to say that Treasurer Frerichs, thank you for the kind intro, but his head is in the clouds because the Comptroller's office is the coolest financial office in the state of Illinois with the most awesome employees. But they're all great, all kidding aside. And I do want to say thank you, all of you, for coming out today. And what a beautiful change this is to be here, first of all, on a Wednesday. Yeah. Yes, you know what that means, a Wednesday. Woo! We love Wednesdays at the State Fair. But also, I want to say thank you to Governor Pritzker for opening this up to everyone. There's something to be said about bringing people together, and we had a governor who didn't do that, and now we have a governor who worked with both Democrats and Republicans. And in the 20 years that I have been around or near or involved in Illinois politics, I have never seen a legislative session that was so productive for Illinois taxpayers as what we've seen in just 5 months of Governor Pritzker's leadership. A leader who truly is in charge, raised the minimum wage, just signed a $45 billion capital plan, which, by the way, my office yesterday just signed an executive order that would require, we're going to be your watchdog, I promise you, for anyone who's involved in a project that is touching that $45 billion of taxpayer funds on those capital projects. Our office will be monitoring to make sure that the prevailing wage is respected and adhered to. We just announced that yesterday. We'll be working very closely with the Department of Labor, something that I haven't been able to say was possible before, but it is today because it's a different day in Illinois, and it's about bringing people together. Furthermore, if you don't believe me, you'll be able to actually track what we're tracking because we are creating the most transparent government in the history of this state through the Comptroller's office. You'll be able to go to our website and actually see through the Department of Labor and what they're doing, which is pretty awesome, the actual payrolls that are being submitted from these contracts that are going to be part of this $45 billion capital plan. And there's so many other successes, too many to mention, frankly, in the time that I have allotted. But I just want to say, folks, we're not out of the woods yet, but we can definitely see some light between the trees and a lot of light. We're on our way to a better Illinois. Thank you, God bless you, and enjoy the State Fair. Oh, and I almost forgot, yes. Oh, thank you. Gracias. I get the pleasure of introducing someone who you all helped, and by you all, again, I'm talking about Democrats and Republicans, who sent to Illinois an attorney general who will be that last line of defense against any policies that could take Illinois in a backwards direction. I'm so thankful that people came out in the numbers that they did to elect my colleague now, our teammate, Attorney General Kwame Raoul. He's been doing an amazing job since taking office, has not skipped a beat, and is someone who my office works with all the time, frankly, on lawsuits and on things that are there to protect the people, and we always know that we can count on Kwame Raoul to have the people's back. So again, thank you to all of you, and let's give our new Attorney General an amazing welcome. He deserves it, and you do too. Thank you.
Thank you, Susana. Good afternoon, Illinoisans. How you feeling? Now, I know you're wondering, why are you the only fool up there in a suit? Because somebody earlier this morning told me this suit looked cool, so I figured it would keep me cool out here at the State Fair, but I don't know, the jacket may come on a little later. I gotta, again, it's unfortunate, I gotta disagree with Susana and Mike as to what the coolest job is at statewide. 7 months ago today, I took the oath to become your 42nd Attorney General. And at that time, I said there was no time where the position of State Attorney General is as important as it is today. And that's not only in the state of Illinois, that is in states throughout the United States of America. And I pledged to you, and I made some promises to you. Illinois boasts laws that protect working families and laws that protect working people throughout this state. And I voted as a member of the General Assembly for a number of those laws, and some more were passed this year when the General Assembly passed the minimum wage. But the minimum wage is only as good as employers who pay it. And employers who do not pay the minimum wage or prevailing wage should be held accountable. And I promised you that I would work with the legislature, and we did in a bipartisan fashion, to pass, again, legislation that I sponsored when I was a senator to allow the Attorney General's office to go aggressively after rogue employers who fail to pay the minimum or prevailing wage, who misclassify workers. And I'm proud to say that we did it in a bipartisan fashion, and I am so proud that we elected J.B. Pritzker governor, because I await his action on that coming soon. I also pledged to protect consumers and ratepayers. And I worked with the General Assembly again in a bipartisan fashion to make sure we protect them against retail energy suppliers who may knock on your door, approach you in a parking lot, call you with their robocalls, and say to you that they're going to lower your rates when in fact months later you find out your rates have been hiked up. And we worked with the General Assembly, passed a bill, and we're going to enforce it and make sure we protect ratepayers throughout the state. Now, we have some members of our Illinois delegation to the federal government that represent us well, but unfortunately we have some challenges with the president and his administration. And I traveled out of state a lot to collaborate with attorneys general from throughout the country to make sure we protect college students from predatory lenders that take advantage of them, to make sure we keep kids and their parents together, to make sure we fight against rollbacks, against protections to keep our air and our water clean. We've got a fight on our hands, and we're collaborating every day to take that fight to Washington. Finally, there was one promise. There was one promise that I made, and I said that each of us as elected officials need to take serious and do whatever we can from within our office. And that is to fight the gun violence that plagues our communities throughout this country and certainly throughout this state. And so since taking office, I have established a violence protection unit in the Attorney General's office that will begin to collect and provide law enforcement with data to make sure that we can keep accountable, bring to justice people who traffic guns into the hands of people who will do harm with them in the places that we expect Illinoisans to be protected the most. I promise to you that I'm just getting started, and we will protect every citizen of the state of Illinois. Now, while I was applying for this job, I had the honor to introduce somebody that I've known for some 40 years, and I get to do it again on this stage. My elementary school schoolmate, our Lieutenant Governor, Juliana Stratton.
Well, thank you, Attorney General Raoul. I'm not sure how we could be friends for 40 years. But I think he's telling a little secret. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for coming out on Governor's Day of the Illinois State Fair. And if you wouldn't mind, over to my right, if you would stand, Director John Sullivan of the Illinois Department of Agriculture. You have done a fantastic job with the State Fair. Kevin Gordon, who may be here today, all of your team, what a fantastic fair. They even ordered this weather for us today. Isn't this beautiful? Thank you. Well, I'm so honored to stand here with all of my friends and colleagues who are constitutional officers, but most importantly, so honored to stand here with you. And let me tell you something. It is such an honor to work every single day alongside of our fantastic governor who is fighting for all of the people of Illinois up and down the state, every corner of our state. John Maxwell said that a leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And that's what Governor Pritzker does every single day for Illinoisans all across our state. And so I don't want to take up any more time before this fantastic band and all the fun of the Illinois State Fair. I just wanted all of you to know that we are working with you, we are working for you, and we are working to make sure that Illinois continues to be on track for the working families of our state. People like all of you who work hard every day, who want to take care of your kids, who want to make sure that your children can go to college, that your roads and bridges and railways are safe, and that you make sure that all of our communities can show the very best. That's what today is all about. Give it up for all of our state constitutional officers, and have fun today. Thank you, everyone.
Hey. Back to the...
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. And while you're at it, please leave us a comment. Thank you for watching.